Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever this might find you. As you can see, my name is CJ Tremblay. I have the privilege of being the MC for this morning's session. I've been working in international education from student recruitment to English language testing for the past 7 years. And as of a few months ago, really early on in CANIE, I became a proud CANIE member. And so I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm so glad you were able to join and commit the time to being part of this discussion. There are more than 300 people registered for this morning's session. We had the Americas session, we had the Australian New Zealand session yesterday evening, which went really well, and I'm keen to talk a little bit more about. These are virtual times, and so even though we are meeting virtually, our participants are from all over the Americas, Europe, and our founders who are with us this morning are from the UK, from Australia and New Zealand. So really kind of from all over the place. So, while I myself am located in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada, the Americas team who helped put on this event and the summit today is really anchored in California, in San Diego, actually. And so wherever you are coming from and joining us from, we do want to pay our respects to the traditional owners of the lands where we're learning today. And so I do want to take this opportunity to welcome to the screen someone who will provide us a traditional land acknowledgement from our sort of home base in the Americas in San Diego.
Hauka, Noshkana Unachihi. I'm the tribal liaison of San Diego State University, and I'm now going to read the Kumeyaay land acknowledgement. We stand upon a land that carries the footsteps of millennia of Kumeyaay people. They are a people whose traditional lifeways intertwine with a worldview of earth and sky. In a community of living beings, this land is part of a relationship that has nourished, healed, protected, and embraced the Kumeyaay people to the present day. It is part of a worldview founded in the harmony of the cycles of the sky and the balance in the forces of life. For the Kumeyaay, red and black represent the balance of those forces that provide for harmony within our bodies, as well as the world around us. As students, faculty, staff, and alumni of San Diego State University, we acknowledge this legacy from the Kumeyaay. We promote this balance in life as we pursue our goals of knowledge and understanding. We find inspiration in the Kumeyaay spirit to open our minds and hearts. It is a legacy of the red and black. It is a land of the Kumeyaay. Hiachan, my heart is good. Nyomum, Nepachis.
So thank you so much for that. This is such an important part of what we're moving toward and the connection between the climate action and the climate emergency and reconciliation. Now, speaking of San Diego, I did also want to welcome Eddie West, who is going to be joining us. He's our master moderator, and he'll be facilitating a number of our panels today. So you'll see the two of us on screen. So Eddie, thank you so much. It's so wonderful. We've been working together for a while now on this event.
You rock, CJ.
So I'm super keen to move through a few of our housekeeping items. Listen, when this started, we were all expecting a virtual event anyway. So when we started planning this, it was always going to be a virtual event. What is, a silver lining in the health and economic crisis that we're facing now is that we're all pretty much Zoom experts. So in terms of interactions, this is a virtual summit, so we have a chat function. We encourage you to use the Q&A. We've designed the program so that it is short and snappy, and that you are engaged as much as possible. So please, we'll be using polls. We encourage you to participate. We'll be using, there are Q&A functions to ask questions to our panelists. Eddie will be moderating that along with the rest of our moderators behind the scene. If you have any issues hearing the audio or seeing any of the slides, please use the chat to let us know. We've got some people there ready to help. And if you get disconnected, which happens, it's nothing to worry about. You can just use the same link that you joined with. Now, because this is an event, if we were, it's a virtual summit, and we do want to encourage discussion. The whole point of the summit is to get discussion started. So with that, we are going to be available on Twitter, and there is a discussion forum on LinkedIn. We want to continue this conversation beyond these 3 hours. So some of the conversation started in the Australian Summit, and we encourage you to join in and start really having a powerful conversation. Now, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the support. The Climate Reality Project in Australia and Pacific really kicked us off. So we've got, our sponsors there are super important. And so thank you to all of our partners. And it's just been a real team effort, and there's so many people who participated who aren't here. And so we just wanted to take a quick second to acknowledge really how much has gone on behind this. And so I think with that, I'm going to just take a second. That was sort of a sneak peek at the team, but I did want to introduce you to one of the co-founders who was the host of last night's summit, Ailsa Lamont. So please welcome her to the screen, and we're super keen to hear from her. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ailsa Lamont, and along with Pitulia Nikula in New Zealand, I'm one of the co-founders of CANIE, the Climate Action Network for International Educators. We set up CANIE late last year because we saw the growing appetite for change within our sector, and we recognised that there was an opportunity and a need for some kind of forum to bring people together and to ignite the debate and the discussion about what we can do to balance the competing demands of internationalisation and a more sustainable approach to our operations. So with this event today, and we hope perhaps with future events, we are offering up a possible framework for climate action in international education. One where the first step is to acknowledge that we are part of the problem and that our business operating models and our reliance on flying actually contribute substantially to greenhouse gas emissions. And we need to look for ways to minimise or eliminate those wherever possible. Secondly, we recognise that we actually have extensive reach. We have a global network of people that we are in touch with, be that institutional partners or recruitment agents, and that we can actually influence the way that they perceive this incredibly important topic. And of course, we can be advocates for change within our own institutions and workplaces. We can't forget students, of course, so you will be hearing from the student perspective today. And we recognise that actually climate action can be a core part of the study abroad experience. In fact, it can be flipped so that the carbon cost of studying abroad can be seen as a teachable moment to help develop skills that international students and globally mobile students actually need. So we don't profess to have all the answers, but what we hope that today will do is create a platform for some of those questions to start being asked, and hopefully to empower and inspire you to take more action within your own organisations. We know that international education is a powerful force and it can be transformative in people's lives. We don't want to take that opportunity away from people, but we do want to find ways to do it in a much more environmentally sustainable way. We also recognise that we, as professionals working in this field, actually have the power to make change ourselves. We, like those globally mobile students, have these incredible, I've had these opportunities, and we have a strong global network of connections. And unlike the students, we often have budgets to go with those connections so that we can actually start to really make a difference. So I'm excited to hear from the incredible range of speakers in our field that we have today. And I hope that this will not be the end of the conversation. So please join us, and we look forward to a great event. Thanks very much.